Race 3, Clinton, is the Parramatta Cup.
Before we go, I've had a thought since we were off air.
Oh yeah, what's this?
I should start up a club, the Narcs in Racing.
Oh, you'd get a few supporters, I would have thought.
Jeez, I'll tell you what, it wouldn't be hard to get members, would it?
I'm tipping I know who'll get honorary member, life member.
I could be president. I could have O'Shea as the secretary.
Yep.
We chuck Gra in there as well.
Yeah.
I'll give him a job. He can be the treasurer.
Ruder?
Oh,
he'd be a life member.
Mate, could you imagine how many members I'd get?
You'd get a few. You get a few. And just quickly as well, the track's been upgraded to a dead 4, so I apologise for that. It's actually been updated to a
So
dead
you
4.
didn't check before the start
I didn't check before. I had a look and forgot that this was from yesterday. But in saying that, with the amount of rain that's due to fall in Sydney, I wouldn't be taking too much notice of that at this stage.
No, I think you'll find it'll be rain affected.
Yeah.
And probably the worst side of that.
Yeah, without doubt.
So.
Race 3, the Parramatta Cup. It's a listed race over 2,000 metres, and the markets are?
All right, permits at $8. Pelicano is $5. Frozen Rope $2.50. Carry Me Bluey $5. 13 Capers, $8.50 Court Connection, and it's 21 or better the rest of them.
Who's it? On my lead, is it? I'll say this, Gazaguru's over the odds. I think I've seen even $51 for him around the place.
It's definitely over the odds.
He is massively over the odds, and if you're just looking to have a little play in the race, he's definitely the way to go. I found Permit. I thought it was possibly one of the better bets of the day as well, particularly at the $8 mark. His second up form's outstanding. He's the class runner of the field. He can carry a weight and still perform. I thought his first up run was great. And it's probably the right form line going into this. I think out of him and Frozen Rope, if you add another 200 metres to that race, I'd rather be on Permit than Frozen Rope. Handles the sting out of the ground, probably doesn't want it too heavy. Just think he's a great bet. Got H. Bowman on him in a staying race, which is a big tick in my books. So I think at $8 he's a great bet.
Can't knock that. Can't tumble into Frozen Rope at the odds. That's not to say it can't win the race, but I think there's enough positives you can find from other horses and a much better odds here. As you pointed out, Permit for one, Gazaguru from another. Gazaguru, he shouldn't be anywhere near those prices. You know, this horse that should have won a Wyong Cup during the spring.
He's got form around on the best days.
Well, he was arguably unlucky. I know I'm drawing a long bow here. 2 years ago in the Newcastle Cup, he should have won finished that far behind Green Moon.
Yep.
Should have won the Wyong Cup last year, beating Kaluni and what's Gay's horse? Julianus, yep. Yep, just got held up at the wrong time and flashed late. Should have beaten him.
Wasn't he placed behind Glen Cadam Gold as well?
Yeah, he's just a genuine, consistent stayer, and he's looking for the trip. And I thought he did enough there in the last 100 metres last start over 1,500. Now stepping out to 1,800, which is it was 1,800. Now stepping out to 2,000, which he's much better suited over.
It's been
gets a
this
senior
race.
jockey on. Gets a senior jockey on aboard, and so as you said, the price there is great. Pelicano I found on Top Butt.
Yep.
I thought his first up win off a short break was excellent. He'll improve fitness-wise off that. He carried the residual fitness into it, but that'll just get him right up to the mark here. It is an afterthought. I'm pretty sure he wasn't in the original noms, but it just looks a perfect race for him. Go through his Melbourne spring form. He got beaten that far in the Ballarat Cup behind King Diamond. Beat home exceptionally. Start before that, he finished right on the hammer of Nickanese over 1,800 at Flemington, and then at Werribee, he only got beaten 1.5 lengths by Unusual Suspect.
Yep.
In the Werribee Cup. I think that's pretty good form for a race like this. He then went back, obviously, after that and won at Morphettville. Consistent stayer, still on the up, won 7 of 14. That's usually a good sign with a stayer, and I think he's got a good chance. So I'd personally be betting around Frozen Rope here, but I'm not saying he can't win the race.
No, and those
Because
owners
he is going very well.
And the owners get pretty excited as well.
Oh, most owners get pretty excited.
It's a good crew of them
when
that
they
get
win.
out there.
So, yeah.
All right.
All right.
The race 4, how do you pronounce this? The Xeris Fireball Quality over 1,100 metres. Nice little lineup here.
This is as good a race as you'll see. This is a real race. Ichihara is $7.50, Catkin 16, Aguada 10, Night Exemplar 460, Golden Sunshine, $7, Charge Account 290, Lampedusa 11, and the rest are 12 or better.
Is she your lead off here, mate? Or?
Mate, I think this is just a super duper race. There are a host of chances here. No knock charge account, just a knock at the 290 at this level. He's rising big grades here. I had something small on Night Exemplar in the Patnack. I think he's a pretty good horse. I think he's a horse. Yeah, sorry, in the Coolmore Stud Stakes, it was won by Patnack's horse, Nashida. God bless her. I think he's a horse. He's a sort of 3-year-old that was always going to keep improving and be a better autumn 3-year-old.
Yep.
And if you go through his form lines are outstanding. I know he's still a maiden, but beaten 1.5 behind Nashida Jolie Bay in the Coolmore, beaten a short head by Jolie Bay in the Roman Consul, beaten a neck behind Rebel Dane prior to that. They were his 3 runs in the spring. That form's pretty solid. Then you've got horses like Ichihara, who, you know, she's just as genuine as they come. Never runs a bad race. Aguada, good filly, back in her home state. Golden Sunshine, undefeated. There's a heap of them here. There is a heap of them. And the one I've actually found one at $16 here, just for something small as Catkins. I thought a trial was unreal. Villa Splendido is a horse I've always had plenty of time for. She trialled okay, but I thought this filly trialled better. You go through her form last preparation, it was pretty good. She chased home Sessions and she trounced Sessions. I think I only saw her on TV, but she looked bigger and stronger.
Yep.
From barrier 4, she'll posse up pretty close. It's not overly well weighted, I thought. 56.5, giving away to a few of these colts, but at $16, doesn't matter. I can just have something small on her and give her a cheer.
Yeah, I couldn't disagree.
I love her grey.
Is she grey? She is too, yeah.
I love Grace. Old Scarf.
Hadaf.
Yeah. Scarf, Gunsin.
There's a few around, isn't there? Sub-Zero.
Yeah. Oh, he wasn't one of mine.
Wasn't he?
No.
There you go. I couldn't knock you on that Catkins as well, I thought it was over the odds. I had 2 horses. I think this is a race in 2. I think it's a good race, but I think Ichihara and Night Exemplar are the 2 horses I want to be on. Ichihara, I think the best form line out of the fillies going around at the moment is the Bonetta form line. I think this horse is better over 1100 and 1200. I did tip her last time, but coming back 100 metres in distance will really suit her. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the plan all along. He's giving weight away to a couple of handy colts here, which is always a concern, and there looks to be a little bit of pace engaged in the race. So there's a couple of queries there for her, but that Bonetta form line I'm tipping will stack up pretty good. The only other filly going around or not going around at the moment that I think might be better than Bonetta over those short courses is Nashida, and Night Exemplar was 1.5 lengths off her, as you mentioned, in the Coolmore Stud. They're the 2 horses I want to be on. Night Exemplar was given a pretty quiet trial. I was out there watching him, and it was a very quiet trial. So I think he's the one with the cut in the ground. They both can handle it, but I think if it turns up slow or worse, I'd be on Night Exemplar just because Ichihara with the 59, even though she can handle the wet, I just think it will favour the colt a little bit more. But if it stays reasonably dry, I could split them both.
It's a big weight. She's giving a lot of weight away to some good horses here.
She is.
She's got the record to warrant it, but I just think it's a great race. I don't think you could say there's only 2 apes. There are 6 or 7 horses here that wouldn't surprise me if they won it. I wouldn't write Villa Splendido off either.
No, I just like to make the point. I don't think Ichihara, Night Exemplar is $4.60 there, Ichihara $7.50. I don't think there should be that big a difference in the market.
Yeah, but he's effectively getting 6.5 kilos off her. That's why there's that big a difference in the market. Yeah, but the form reference out of his last start, where he gave weight because it was set weights in the Coolmore. Yeah. To Nashida, and let's be fair to him. Nashida is the best sprinter 3-year-old sprinter in the land.
You'd think so, yeah.
Right?
Without
she
doubt.
is.
Yeah.
No risk. He gave her 2.5 kilos, right? Ran it to a length and a half.
Yep.
If he produces a similar effort here, he'll beat Ichihara home because
if he produces a similar effort,
she's got to give him 6.5 kilos on a set weight scale.
I don't argue that, but my thing is he's got to produce that similar effort again. That was third up. And now he's first up.
Have a look at what was his first up run?
It was behind Rebel Dane last preparation, which is good form for a race like this.
Looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. But he's still got to come back and do it. And at the end of the day, Ichihara, $7.50, getting better than each way.
O'Shea's been very bullish about that horse for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Anyway,
that'll be a great race. It will be. It's as good a race as there is on this card, and there's no knock on any other race. The next 2 are rippers. The Hobartville and the Silver Slipper, they're beauties, but that is a cracking race.
Well, you think with the Prasia and Piero and the Hobartville that'd be the best 3-year-old race of the day, but that one's got to be up there with it, doesn't it?
It's a good race. It's a good race.